over. This will never be over. I will unify humanity.
Path of Exile is a game of experimentation, taking current builds and modifying them to suit your needs. This is my take on Explosive Arrow, taking a 20C item to greater heights. Blackflame turns your Ignite damage into Chaos damage. This bypasses Elemental Resists. You don't need Elemental Equilibrium or Exposure. All you need is Wither Stacks and Despair. I prefer Marcus Mission over a Rare Ring, since curses are stronger on gems, but you get more utility on a Rare Hunter Ring instead. Explosive Arrow is one of the easiest ways to stack Ignite damage. The way Explosive Arrow works is that your totem fire projectiles. These projectiles get stuck in the last enemy hit. This way you don't run Chain, Fork, or Pierce, and you can have 20 stacks on a target. Then they explode, dealing a massive Ignite over 4 seconds. Each tick does the maximum Ignite damage each second. So let's say your totems apply a 4 million Ignite to an enemy. The total damage is the 4 million per second. That's a massive dot on the target. The only downside is that Blackflame cuts the duration in half. We can negate this with unbound elements. Juggernaut gets a lot of free scaling and damage mitigation in his kit. Undeniable helps cap out our hit chance and allows us to stack strength. Unflinching gives us damage mitigation through endurance charges. This makes you extremely tanky in most situations. Unbreakable allows 8% of your total armor to apply to elemental hits taken before your elemental resistances. This works well with armor stacking and allows us more survivability. Untiring helps counter our life costs by giving us life regen. How do we scale damage? By stacking fire multi. Lots of it. From the drink, from our gear, any sources of increased elemental damage, any flat fire or physical damage, any physical or elemental damage that gets converted to fire damage helps us scale the highest Ignite possible. What doesn't scale is chaos modifiers. Any added chaos damage or chaos multi does not apply to your Ignites. Since we don't inherently do chaos damage, Blackflame cannot take advantage of it. The skill tree is basically the same setup as a normal Explosive Arrow build. Ancestral Bond, Panopticon, and Watchtower for 6 totems, Primal Manifestation, Ironwood, and Surveillance for totem damage and resistance. Arsonist, Holy Fire, Burning Brutality, and Primeval Force for fire damage over time multi, attack speed and Ignite chance, Avatar the Hunt for phasing, Unwavering Stance for stun immunity, and Elemental Overload for more Ignite damage. Up next is skill links. Frenzy doesn't have to be 6 link. Greater multiple projectiles, Withering Touch, and Life Tap is more than enough to stack Wither. Culling Strike and Pierce for a 6-link setup. You can move Frenzy to a 4-socket item and use the chest piece as you see fit. Next is Explosive Arrow. Elemental damage with attacks, Ballista Totem, Deadly Elements, Life Tap, and Unveil Elements. Next is Despair for Market Submission 2020 for minus 33 to Chaos Resistance. This puts most mobs and bosses at minus 3 Chaos. Wither then amps this value. For Auras, Determination, Herald of Ash for Explosion, Herald of Elements for Elemental Resist and Elemental Immunity. You do not need Inline. Inline is just there to fit in extra vitality, precision, or clarity for Watcher's Eye. If you can fit in Storm Shroud, you can drop Purity of Elements. You didn't need elemental resistances from the tree to cap out. You can then socket in Malevolence for a DPS increase. For movement, Flame Dash, Frost Blink, and Blink Arrow all works well. Choose what you prefer. Molten Shell for protection. Withering Step can also work but overrides your movement skill. And lastly, for utility, Enduring Cry and Inferno Cry. Enduring for a free heal, Inferno for explosion. Covering in Ash helps slow down mobs. The increased fire damage does not apply to Blackflame. Next, 2 items. Thicket Bow with a +3 to gems, attack speed, and fire multi. It's pretty achievable. Take a Fractured Bow with a +2, a +1, or attack speed. Then slam Shrieking Essence of Dread till you get the other mods. Then craft fire multi. The quiver is pretty basic. Attack speed base or elemental damage base. Damage over time multi with attack skills, attack speed, then life, resist, and attributes. For the helmet, body armor, gloves, and boots, they are all the same. Life, resistance, attributes, and life regen, all on an evasion and armor base. Next, for amulet, +1 fire and accuracy are the most important things to get. Everything else is extra. Strength and intelligence bases are preferred, but dex and intelligence bases are cheaper and can make everything a little bit easier. Our anoint is Farsight to cap our DPS and fuse count. Next for our rings are Market Submission and Blackflame. Blackflame helps caps out our fire and chaos resistance, give us fire multi and night chance. Market Submission can be swapped out for a rare hunter ring, but you will lose DPS due to the low chaos penetration. And lastly for belt, Dying Dawn is best in slot. Fire and cold res helps caps out resistances. In night deals damage faster, up to 42% with Catalyst, and gives life and strength. An alternative is a rare Stygian Vice with life, res, attributes, and life regen. The Abyssal Jewel can be anything, like Corrupted Blood Immunity. Flasks are intentionally left blank, so you can mix and match to your preference. Silver Flask for Onslaught, Granite and Jade for more armor, Quartz for phasing, and a Quicksilver for movement speed. Also included a note section giving a brief overview of the build and some recommendations for unique jewels. Check that out if you get lost. Config is pretty simple. Wither stacks are at 15 for maximum DPS. Enemy is ignited. We use Frenzy, so Frenzy charges should be max. You're always getting hit, so Endurance charges are also max. Make sure to turn off Endurance charges when gearing so that you hit your maximum res caps. Enemy is on pinnacle bosses. Our DPS is about 13.5 million. Now you won't always hit this target due to circumstances like our totems dying, wither stacks, or fuse counts. 16 fuses is a good estimate of DPS. Remember, the calculation tab is your friend. So, what do you guys think? This is my take on Explosive Arrow. Again, it's still extremely strong. It should survive nerfs. If it doesn't, then disregard everything I said. Other than that, thank you guys again for watching this video. Please leave feedback below. It helps me out a lot. Any likes, subscribe, any comments, I'll really appreciate it. Other than that, please have a nice day and stay safe. Till next time. Peace.
Bizarre objects.